all of a sudden the government passed this rule that you, if you're going to have government contracts, you had to represent the community your plant was in. Well, in that area, Hispanic was probably 40%, and maybe 30% white, and the remainder were blacks. And so we had a meeting, I was called in, and the fellow that was there yesterday was my personnel man at that time, and I said, I need to know a breakdown. And he gave it to me, and I went to this meeting. The government man was a black man, came in. And pretty soon he says, you have got to get your mill into this mix. And I did a quick calculation, and I think we would have had to cut like 28% of the black people that work for us.
Wow.
So I did a quick calculation, and I just looked across the table at him, and our corporation personnel man was there with me. And I said, well, sir, if you're going to do this, I'm going to ask you to come and tell, and I had pretty close how many people it was, but it was maybe 180 people. Tell them that they can no longer work in the coke plant and make the money they're making because you want a quota put in. And so immediately he went away, and we never got another call from him because all of a sudden they realized all these black fellas had good jobs.
Yeah.
And that was their laws would have made them lose those jobs.
Right.
That's crazy.
So I suppose around the civil rights law went in about 64, didn't it?
65.
And I would say about 67, the government brought a lawsuit against all the steel companies in America for practicing segregation. They also brought a lawsuit against the United Steelworkers, saying that they helped enforce segregation. And I forget how many millions of dollars the fines were, but they were heavy. And every company paid it, and the union paid it, except our company. And Joe Block says, hey, we've been trying to integrate and do well, and he fought it. I think we paid over $1 million in lawyer fees.
Wow.
But they just said, well, we're not going to let you go scot-free, but they never did fine us. And we were exonerated from being different than the others. And also the local steelworkers union, who had fought me in '59, come along beside us because they didn't want to be considered a
Yeah.
discriminatory group, and so that's part. Yeah, we had a president, a Jewish man by the name of Joe Block, who was two things. He's very family oriented with working there and all. And secondly, he was very fair and tried to deal with everybody. So it was, at the time you're just doing it because it's a part of what had to be done. And later you look back and realize historically it was quite significant.
Yeah.
But at the time we were just doing what we could do and meeting. I'd meet with these guys, and sometimes we go all the way up to arbitration with some pretty top lawyers. And but it worked out. You learned that as long as you were fair and practiced the same rule, you didn't have to worry. You might get the suit against you, but you could defend it without a problem. Yep, you learn to do that.
Good memories.
Mm.